Proverbs chapter 10. A wise child brings joy to a father. A foolish child brings grief to a mother. Tainted wealth has no lasting value, but right living can save your life. The Lord will not let the godly go hungry, but he refuses to satisfy the craving of the wicked. Lazy people are soon poor. Hard workers get rich. A wise youth harvests in the summer, but one who sleeps during harvest is a disgrace. The godly are showered with blessings. The words of the wicked conceal violent intentions. Friends, the godly are showered with blessings. They may go through challenges, they may go through ups and downs, trials and tribulations. I don't know if you have listened to my video, the one before this, where I was talking about God's timing being different from ours. And we can look at the life of Joseph and the trials that he went through, the tribulations, being thrown into the dungeon. I can imagine a dark, dirty, muddy dungeon, being thrown in there for something he did not do, for a crime he did not commit. But nevertheless, we see how gracious the Lord was, that at the very end of it, he was showered with blessings. The word is true, that the godly are showered with blessings. The Lord will bless us. The Lord continues to bless us. He continues to protect us from so much that we cannot see with our physical eyes, because he's a good God. Verse 7, we have happy memories of the godly, but the name of a wicked person rots away. The wise are glad to be instructed, but the babbling fools fall flat on their faces. People with integrity walk safely, but those who follow crooked paths will be exposed. People who wink at wrong cause trouble, but a bold reproof promotes peace. The words of the godly are a life-giving fountain. The words of the wicked conceal violent intentions. Hatred stirs up quarrels, but love makes up for all offenses. Wise words come from the lips of people with understanding, but those lacking sense will be beaten with a rod. Wise people treasure knowledge, but the babbling of a fool invites disaster. Friends, are you wise? Are you walking in wisdom, or are you walking in foolishness? I pray that we are walking in wisdom, because we are told in the word that wise people treasure knowledge. They are not know-it-alls. They are not like, I know everything and I do not want to be told anything else. They treasure knowledge. They treasure correction. They always want to learn. But the fool thinks that he knows it all. The fool believes he cannot be corrected. The fool believes he can never be wrong. That is the way of the fool. The fool cannot stand to be corrected by his pastor. The fool cannot stand to be corrected by his parent. The fool cannot stand to be corrected by his boss, even if it is constructive criticism. Not realizing that when you are corrected, you grow, you become better. Not realizing that the more you learn, the more you grow. But it's because they are foolish. I pray that we will walk in wisdom, friends. Verse 15, the wealth of the rich is their fortress. The poverty of the poor is their destruction. The earnings of the godly enhance their lives, but evil people squander their money on sin. People who accept discipline are on the pathway to life, but those who ignore correction will go astray. Hiding hatred makes you a liar. Slandering others makes you a fool. Too much talk leads to sin. Be sensible and keep your mouth shut. The words of the godly are like sterling silver. The heart of a fool is worthless. The words of the godly encourage many, but fools are destroyed by their lack of common sense. Guys, fools are destroyed by their lack of common sense. But those who are godly and wise encourage many. The words that come out of their mouth are words that encourage, are words that exhort, are words that build up, are words that even if they're correcting people, they know how to correct in love. Not just correcting for the sake of it, not destroying somebody's spirit, not destroying somebody's character, but building them up. That is what the godly do. That is what the wise do. But the fools, they destroy their reputation. They destroy themselves by their lack of common sense, by the words that come out of their mouth that leave people agape with, I can't believe you're saying something like this. This is so foolish. How can a grown woman say this? How can a grown man say this? And we need to be careful what we consume in terms of the movies, in terms of the books, because the foolishness that is out there in the world will rub off on us the more we spend time in the world. But if we spend time with the word, then the Lord gives us his wisdom, his knowledge, his understanding, and it shows. It shows in our conversations. It shows in the decisions that we make. I pray, friends, that we will walk in wisdom and not in foolishness. Verse 22, the blessing of the Lord makes a person rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. Doing wrong is fun for a fool, but living wisely brings pleasure to the sensible. The fears of the wicked will be fulfilled. The hopes of the godly will be granted. When the storms of life come, the wicked are wild away, but the godly have a lasting foundation. Lazy people irritate their employers like vinegar to the teeth or smoke in the eyes. Fear of the Lord lengthens one's life, but the years of the wicked are cut short. The hopes of the godly result in happiness, but the expectations of the wicked come to nothing. The way of the Lord is a stronghold to those with integrity, but it destroys the wicked. The godly will never be disturbed, but the wicked will be removed from the land. Verse 31, the mouth of the godly person gives wise advice, but the tongue that deceives will be cut off. Friend, when it comes to advice and when it comes to counsel, who do you go to? Do you go to the godly person who will give you advice, wise advice? Or will you go to the mocker? Will you go to the foolish person? Will you go to the worldly person, the ungodly person who will just give you worldly advice? I pray, friends, that when we need advice, issues concerning our marriage, issues concerning our children, personal issues, whatever issues that we have, I pray, Lord, that when we go to seek this advice, we seek it from godly, spiritually mature people. Friends, you may go to your parents, and of course we honor our parents, but we need to realize that sometimes our parents may not be grounded in the word, and they may give you advice that is not godly and not wise. It may be based on their experiences or stuff. And so sometimes before you seek advice, you really need to seek the Lord and ask him, can I seek counsel from so and so, Lord? What is your advice? How do you see this person, Lord? Can you give me a confirmation? Because we need to seek advice from godly people, friends. Verse 32, the lips of the godly speak helpful words, but the mouth of the wicked speaks perverse words. That was Proverbs chapter 10, friends. See you in the next chapter.